Get out of here. Leave, Emily shouted, her voice trembling with anger and pride. As I warned you over the phone, if you ever dare to reprimand my daughter again, you'll have to leave this house. You ignored my warning, so kindly pack your things and get out. For a second, I couldn't even process her words. The absurdity of Emily's demand left me completely speechless. She stood there with her arms folded, her expression stiff and triumphant, like a queen declaring victory. Emily, my sister-in-law, had always carried herself with this sense of superiority, as if the world owed her respect simply because she demanded it. Now, standing in front of me, she spat her words with venom. You're just my brother's wife, an outsider. Stop pretending to be part of our family. Her words hit me like a slap. They didn't just sting. They sank deep inside, cracking something in me that I had fought so hard to protect. I had endured her cruel remarks, her passive-aggressive tone, and even her daughter Olivia's selfish behavior for years, all because I wanted peace. I thought keeping quiet meant keeping the family together. I was wrong. Every small kindness, every compromise I had made with their best interest in mind, all of it was thrown away in a few cruel sentences. That was the moment I realized I owed them nothing. I didn't need to respect Emily or Olivia anymore. All right, I said quietly, forcing calm into my shaking voice. I'll leave. Emily and Olivia exchanged smug looks before bursting into laughter, loud, mocking laughter that echoed through the room. But even as I turned away to start packing my things, I knew their laughter wouldn't last long. Deep down, I promised myself that life had a strange way of turning tables. My name is Chloe. I live with my husband Ethan and his parents. When we got married, Ethan suggested we live with his folks for a while. At first I hesitated. I valued my independence. But after meeting his parents, my fears eased. They were kind, respectful, and believed in giving us our own space. So I agreed. Once we moved in, the rhythm of life settled beautifully. My mother-in-law handled most of the housework when I was at my job, and I took over whenever I was home. We found a balance, an unspoken teamwork that made the house feel warm and peaceful. But that peace always shattered the moment Ethan's sister, Emily, showed up. Emily had a daughter named Olivia, and together they were like a storm that swept in uninvited, leaving chaos behind. Emily had a sharp tongue and a way of making me feel small without even raising her voice. Chloe, can I get a cup of tea? I'm so tired. Juggling my part-time job and raising a child is exhausting. You must relax all day at home. I'm jealous, she'd say in that syrupy, fake sweet tone. I'd smile politely. I also work when I'm home, Emily, she'd snort. Work, please. The work you do at home is nothing compared to what I deal with every day. I'm in a leadership position. Don't compare yourself to me. I'd bite my tongue every time. No matter what I said, she found a way to twist my words. When Olivia grew up and started job hunting, Emily's visits increased, always with complaints. These recruiters are blind. My Olivia is exceptional. How can they reject her? She'd rant. Maybe she could try expanding her job search, I'd suggest gently. Emily would immediately snap. What could you possibly know about that, Chloe? You barely work now. Stay out of it. It seemed nothing I said was ever right. When Olivia finally landed a job, they both showed up, faces glowing with pride. Olivia waved her offer letter in front of my mother-in-law. Granny, I got a job, she exclaimed. My mother-in-law smiled warmly. That's wonderful, Olivia. Congratulations, Olivia grinned. I didn't think I'd get into such a big company. The interviewer was kind from the start. Emily puffed up proudly. Well, this company is actually a subsidiary of the one I work part-time for. My name must have been recognized. I'm sure Olivia got the job thanks to me. Olivia giggled. Maybe they saw my name and thought, oh, that's Emily's daughter. I smiled politely, though inside I felt uneasy at how comfortable they were taking credit for everything. A few weeks later, Olivia's training program began. The location was just minutes from our house. Emily immediately called my mother-in-law. Mom, I want Olivia to stay with you during her training. It's too far from our place. My mother-in-law, being soft-hearted, agreed instantly. We do have a spare room. I'll just check with Chloe first. Emily scoffed. Do you really need to ask Chloe? It's your house. She just lives there. She won't mind. Thanks to Emily's pushiness, I found out about Olivia moving in after it was all decided. I was surprised, sure, but not upset. It's fine, I said. She's family. At least that's what I thought then. From the first week of training, problems began. Despite the office being so close, Olivia was late almost every other day. Her student habits hadn't changed. She'd stay up late and sleep through alarms. "Grandma, why didn't you wake me up?" She whined one morning. "I called you several times, dear. If I don't make it in time, calling me means nothing." Ugh, forget it. I'm taking the morning off. Tell them I'm sick. "Olivia, you're an adult. You should call yourself. It's more believable if you do it, Grandma. Just say I'm too weak to talk." Watching her manipulate her grandmother so easily made my blood boil. It didn't end there. After work, she'd come home, throw her bag on the couch, and shout, "Grandma, I'm hungry. Is dinner ready?" "I'm just starting to cook, dear," my mother-in-law would reply. "What? You're just starting? You should have had it ready by now. I'm tired, you know." So thoughtless. I finally snapped. "Olivia, having a hot meal waiting for you isn't something to take for granted. Show Grandma some respect." She turned to me with a glare. "Why should I listen to you, Chloe? You're not even family." My heart sank. "I'm married to your uncle, Olivia. That makes me part of this family." Olivia rolled her eyes. "Mom says you're just his wife." An outsider, I kept my voice calm. "Then let me tell you as someone older. If you want to succeed, start acting like an adult. Being on time is the bare minimum." "Spare me the lecture," she sneered. "You don't even work every day. Wait until you're doing real work like Mom and me before you act superior." I wanted to scream, but I stayed silent. Then one day when I came home, I heard her yelling again. "What do you mean you're going out? It's unacceptable that there'll be no dinner when I get home from work." My in-laws tried to explain they had theater tickets they'd been looking forward to for months. Olivia crossed her arms. "Cancel it. I have work." Seeing my in-laws wilt under her tone, I quickly stepped in. "Don't cancel your plans. I'll take care of dinner that night." They hesitated. "But Chloe, you'll be tired after work." "I'll manage," I said with a reassuring smile. That evening, I left work early, did some shopping, and began preparing dinner before Olivia returned. As soon as she walked in, she dropped her bag and sprawled on the couch. "I'm starving. Hurry up and cook." I took a breath. "Let's cook together today, Olivia." She bolted upright. "What? Why should I cook? I've been at work all day." "I work too, you know." "You can come and go whenever you like from your easy job. Mine's real work. We're not the same. Just hurry up and make it yourself." I clenched my jaw, trying to stay composed. "I'm not asking for help because I'm lazy. I just want you to understand what it means to be responsible." "Stop lecturing me," she snapped. "You let Grandma and Grandpa go out, and now you're giving me speeches? So annoying." Then she grabbed her phone and started dialing. "Mom, guess what? Chloe's nagging me again. She won't even cook dinner." After whining into the phone, she handed it to me with a smug grin. "Mom wants to talk to you." Emily's furious voice boomed through the speaker. "Listen, Chloe. Who do you think you are talking to my daughter like that? You're just my brother's wife. If you cause any more trouble, I'll make sure you leave that house." I took a deep breath. "Emily, I wasn't causing trouble. I was just trying to teach Olivia to take responsibility as an adult." "Oh, please," she scoffed. "You? Teaching responsibility? You're not even a full-time employee. Who are you to act so high and mighty?" "How can you say that?" I asked quietly. "I've been in my company long enough to know hard work when I see it. I've worked with capable people and seen lazy ones come and go. Don't underestimate me." Emily's voice turned cold. "Just shut up and make dinner for my daughter," she snapped before hanging up. Olivia smirked triumphantly. "You'd better not go against my mom, Chloe. No one dares to argue with her, so don't even try. Now get to cooking." With no other choice, I began preparing dinner, trying to hold back the anger rising in my chest. "I'm starving because of your pointless chit-chat," Olivia muttered as she ate the food I'd made. Then, without a thank you, she stood up, left her dirty dishes on the table, and flopped back onto the couch to watch TV. "Hey, Olivia, at least clean up." "After yourself," I tried repeating myself, but all I got was a bore look. From Olivia, suddenly the doorbell rang. It was, "Emily, why are you here?" To my surprise, Emily casually replied, "It seemed like you didn't quite get the message over the phone, CL, so I..." Thought I'd come over and tell you? Directly hearing her mother's voice, Olivia excitedly. Reported mom listened just after you. Warned her over the phone. Chloe started lecturing me. Again hearing Olivia's words. Emily glared at me. Looks like it was the right decision. To come here after all, you're still complaining to my daughter even after everything I said I had. Backed off on the phone. But I couldn't let this go for Olivia's sake. It's not a complaint. I'm merely teaching her the basic manners of cleaning up after herself. Something even a grade schooler should understand hearing this. Hill snapped at me there. Is no me for someone like you to be telling us about manners. Have you considered your own situation before lecturing about manners? What about my situation? You and Ethan can barely afford a house, even with both. Your salaries combined, you're just leeching off this household. Why don't you change your own attitude before? Teaching my daughter about being a responsible adult. I'm not here to leech off you as proof. I make sure to pay my fair share of the rent and living expenses every month. I want. Well, it doesn't matter. Either way, you're going to leave this place. Leave, I told you on the phone. If you continue to berate my daughter, you'll need to move out. You ignored my warning. So now it's time for you to go. That's absurd. I was at a loss for words, at the sheer injustice of it. All seeing me unable to retaliate. Emily went on. You're still an outsider. Even if you are my brother's wife. Stop acting like you're part of the family. Emily's words hit me hard, and something inside me crumbled. I had put up with Emily's insults and Olivia's selfishness because I thought of them as family. I'd been rejected by them despite doing everything with their best interest at heart. There was no reason left for me to restrain myself with Emily and Olivia anymore. All right, I'll leave, I said quietly, beginning to pack my things. At the sight of me packing, Emily and Olivia started to crack up, ignoring their ladder. I continued to pack when my in-laws returned home. My mother-in-law's face shifted as she took in the scene. Oh, that you? Emily CL, what's with the luggage? Before I could answer, Emily chimed in. CLO has been lecturing Olivia. While she can't even do her own job, she's become such a nuisance. We decided to send her packing. My mother-in-law's face drained of color. Apologize at once, and you too, Olivia. Why should I apologize to CL if she wants to be part of our family? She should ask us. Maybe then we'll consider it. Emily's statement was backed up by a firm nod from Olivia. Me. Mother-in-law sighed deeply. You too. It's over for you. What are you talking about? The one who's done his chlorite. She's the one being cut off from our family. Emily's brazenness left my mother-in-law shaking. Do you even realize who made it possible for Olivia to get her job? That's me. The part-time manager. Emily tried to puff herself up, but my mother-in-law interrupted her. No, it's not like that at all. It's because Ku's an executive at the corporate office recommended her to human resources. Well, that's a lie. CL barely does anything. She's home, half the week, facing the confrontation. Emily, I revealed the truth. I often attend executive meetings online, so I work from home. Then did Kay really get Olivia her job? I really wanted Olivia to find a job on her own, but she begged me for help. Why didn't you say anything? I wanted Olivia to start at the same place. As everyone else to work without any advantages, it was better for her not to know that I was an executive at her company. So did Mom and Dad know this from the beginning? I had asked your parents and E to keep my position a secret, Emily, since you always assumed I was incompetent. You never showed interest in my work, so there was no need to tell you. So you're telling me I've been disrespecting an executive at my own company this whole time? Olivia, now aware of the truth, went pale. That's right, thanks to my concealed identity, I got to learn a lot about how new employees like to fake illness and such. Please don't tell anyone about this, Olivia pleaded desperately. I coldly replied, you know, I thought I'd let it slide because it's a family matter. But it seems I'm not considered family to you too, so I can't stay quiet if it's something that will harm the company, but I will be assigned after the training. Exactly. Olivia, You're lacking awareness as a working professional. Moreover, you're not willing to accept others' opinions. We can't let you interact with customers with this attitude. Emily, in her panic, clung to me. I'll take back what I've said. Olivia is close. Adorable niece, don't report anything that would harm her situation. Emily, don't you think you should worry about your own role? What your part-time team's high turnover rate has been repeatedly brought up in the parent company's meetings if it comes to light that you as the manager are forcing part-time employees to quit. It's going to be a big problem. Emily remembered her own words and her face tightened. Wait, that's a misunderstanding. I was just guiding the unproductive part. Timmer. And then they quit on their own. I'm not responsible for this. Well, that can be investigated. We have a meeting next week. With your company's board members, report this and have it thoroughly examined. No way my hard-earned managerial position afterward. I decided not to leave the house after being persuaded by my mother-in-law. However, I did report Olivia and Emily to the company. Olivia ended up attending a training center in the mountains for a training for 6 months while her peers were assigned positions 1. After another, it seems she was thoroughly trained on the basics of being a professional. Emily's workplace underwent an audit at my direction. With complaints from other employees and testimonies from those she had forced to sign, it was found that Emily was using her position of authority to cause a lot of stress to those around her as a result. Emily was fired. Emily seems to have started a new job to cover her living expenses. However, since she's only ever worked at one place before, she's having a hard time getting the hang of her new job. Despite this, she still acts high and mighty and seems to be on the verge of getting fired from her new job. As well, at this rate, her life will likely continue to be difficult. On the other hand, I continue to live peacefully, sharing household chores with my in-laws as usual. This incident seemed to have taken quite a toll on my mother-in-law. CL, I'm sorry because I've spoiled Olivia. And Emily, I made you go through such unpleasant experiences. No, it's fine. I was happy that you stood up for me, having had a good talk with my in-laws. I feel that our bond is even stronger than before, even though my sister-in-law turned out to be a challenge. I look forward to continuing to live with my mother-in-law, maintaining our good relationship.